Okay, since I couldn't do the drawing tonight at 7 p.m., and it's been rescheduled for Monday, April 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I had this video ready to go, so I'm releasing this video at 5 o'clock. I hope you enjoy this video, and don't forget to tune in Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the drawing for the gift card. Hey everybody, I'm Chris, and this is my channel, Chesapeake Chris. Thanks so much for stopping by. As usual, we're going to start this video out with the Chesapeake Chris channel shoutouts. We're going to do 3 more channels this week. All 3 of these channels, I believe I subscribed to sometime last year. But we're going to do all channels that begin with A today. I don't know why, we just are. The first channel we're going to highlight is Anticipate the Bite. That channel has about 470 subscribers. This is a good fishing channel. They do a lot of kayak fishing. They do some bank fishing and some wade fishing, and they do some ice fishing. They fish lakes, ponds, and rivers. It seems to be mostly freshwater fishing. And I keep saying they because on this channel I have seen videos by 2 gentlemen, I believe. But they catch a lot of different freshwater fish like bass, crappie, walleye, catfish, a couple wipers, and an occasional muskie and northern pike. One of the things I really like about this channel is the commentary is good as you're watching the video. They really explain things. They talk about the conditions of the weather and everything, and what they're using for a lure and how they're fishing it, what they want to catch. They really explain what they're doing, and they do catch fish. So check out the channel, Anticipate the Bite. The second channel we're going to check out is Average Dad Fishing. He has about 780 subscribers. His channel, he also does kayak fishing, he does bank fishing, wade fishing, he even does some fly fishing. He fishes mainly rivers and lakes, I believe. He does have some saltwater fishing videos, and he actually has a video from where he fished the Chesapeake Bay, which I thought was cool. He catches a lot of fish like crappie, bass, walleye, catfish, trout. He even has some videos where he caught snook, I think, down in Florida. He also does a lot of equipment reviews on his channel. So if you want to check out another channel that's got a little bit of everything, check out Average Dad Fishing. The third channel we're going to highlight is Anarchy Fishing. He has a little over 200 subs. He's out of Florida, so he mainly fishes for bass out of a kayak, but he does also do some saltwater fishing. In addition to bass, I've also seen him catch bluegill, catfish, chain pickerel, so he catches a lot of different species. And a lot of his videos are where he goes out and tries a particular lure or two. He gets a new lure or whatever, and he takes it out and he tries it to see what he can catch. He's one of the channels I like to watch in the winter when it gets cold here. I'm always envious of these Florida guys because they can easily go fishing all year long. So I watch a lot of his videos in the winter when it's cold here. But check out the channel, Anarchy Fishing. Okay, now for this week's video. I've been fishing for at least 48 years, and this video is going to show a new fishing rod that I got, and then I took it out to try it out to catch a fish. It's also going to reveal that I made one whopper of a mistake, which I really can't believe I did, considering I've been fishing 48 years. So if you want to see the mistake I made, the new fishing rod, and how it worked, please stick around. So if you've been watching my videos over the past year or so, you know that I never owned a Baitcaster until I was about 58 years old. Well, finally, within the last year, I broke down and bought one. I wanted to try one, so I bought a reel, and I bought the Cast King Royale Legend 2 Baitcaster. And then I bought a Cast King rod to put it on, a 6'2" piece. and I really like the reel. I'm starting to get the hang of it. It seems to work really good. But the thing I noticed, the two things I noticed about this rod when I bought it is it doesn't have the little finger trigger down here. And if you notice, that first eyelet coming off, it's pretty good size. That's a pretty big eyelet. Well, Baitcasters usually don't have that first eyelet that big, and they usually have the little trigger for your finger. Well, I went and looked, and what happened is, I've been fishing for 48 years or whatever, and somehow I managed to buy, it was a Cast King Brutus 6-foot 2-piece rod, moderate fast. Well, if you look at the model number, it says KRD SPN BR. Well, I think this is actually a spinning rod. I think the SPN stands for spinning. I accidentally bought a spinning rod. No! And I had that reel on it for a while and was using it, but I didn't like it because I didn't like how it didn't have the little finger trigger. So, the little sporting goods store in my town here that I've been going to for years, unfortunately, is going out of business. I was in there shopping around. They had 20% off all rods. So, I bought me a Shakespeare Ugly Stick GX2, I believe it is. Bait casting rod. And it is medium heavy. 6 foot. I actually went out with the reel. I put the reel on this rod and I went out and tested it out at one of the ponds here on the islands. And I actually caught some fish, which you'll see later in this video. First time using this rod, I caught fish, and the first time I caught any fish using a Baitcaster. But this rod is nice. I wish it was 2-piece, but I guess some people like 1-piece rods. But it's an ugly stick, so of course it has the end that is clear, like it seems like Ugly Stick's been doing for years. But it's a pretty nice rod. It feels good. It casts good. It's heavy duty enough to use. I want to try and catch rockfish this year on top waters. It does have the little finger trigger. It's got the nice foam handle. The part here you turn to lock down the reel is much bigger on this one than it was on that spinning rod. I got this rod for like $40. And like I say, I'm really happy with it. Now I'll show you a couple clips of a video where I took it out for the very first time to one of the ponds, and I actually caught some bass. Like I say, first time I used this rod, I caught fish, and they were the first fish I caught on my Cast King Baitcaster reel. Hope you enjoy. So I figured I'd walk all the way around this pond throwing lures. I started out with the same chatterbait that I caught those bass on down in Mississippi. Figured that may be a good lure to start with. Oh my gosh, I caught my first fish. A little bass. I snagged him in the gill. Oh my gosh, I caught a fish right next to shore. Oh, it's awfully spunky though. It's awfully cold too. There we go. There's the first bass. I'm not even trying to get him by his mouth. Holy cow. All right, we caught a fish. When I did my video on kayak scavenger hunt, I found this lipless crankbait with the hooks all rusted out. Fishing with House put in a comment telling me to put new hooks on it because they are big bass and rockfish magnets. Well, I did better than that. I bought a couple. This one is silver with a blue back and like a reddish belly. Got one right there. Got another little one on the lipless crankbait right next to shore. Oh my lord, fella. There we go. Another little teeny guy right next to shore on the lipless crankbait. All right, fishing with House. Made about 4 casts with it and I already caught a fish. It's a blue and silver one with like an orange belly. know one thing, that lure's a little heavier. It sure is easier to cast with this Baitcaster because it's a little heavier. Say, Baitcasters are good for heavier lures. You put on a really light lure, you need a spinning rod, an ultralight spinning rod. Ooh, I think that's a fish. Yes, it is. It's another little one now. Another little bass. It's a little teeny bass, man. These little bass, I swear. These little teeny guys. Look at them little guys. Okay. Back in you go. And off he goes. I say, maybe I should have been using this lure all along. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that video. I know, I can be pretty stupid sometimes. But anyways, last week's video, my most memorable rockfish, got a lot of views. I think we got over 120 comments already. A lot of people entered the drawing. So I don't want this video to be too long. So we're not going to highlight any of the comments this week. We'll pick back up with highlighting comments next Friday. And I want to thank everybody for watching the video, giving me all the great comments. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.